assume that leg cramps, weakness, or fatigue in the later decades of life are simply the price of getting older. It is a common belief that once you pass 60, statement stiffness, tight muscles, or late-night pain become part of daily life. Yet what often goes unnoticed is that these uncomfortable symptoms are rarely caused by age itself. Instead, they are often driven by something far more preventable and far more correctable, a silent nutrient imbalance that most seniors are never told about. This is the hidden problem. When the body is deprived of certain vitamins or minerals, even in small amounts, the delicate balance that controls nerve signals, contractions, and blood circulation begins to falter. Feels like an unavoidable part of aging is in many cases the body crying out for support that it no longer receives in the right amounts. Becomes even more challenging because the body's ability to absorb and use nutrients declines with time. Stomach acid production weakens, gut bacteria shift, function slows, making digestion and nutrient absorption less efficient than it once was. Even if a senior eats well, or pull out the same level of vitamins and minerals from food, this leaves gaps that grow wider as the years pass. Instead of recognizing this as a nutritional deficiency, the symptoms are often brushed aside as arthritis, nerve pain, or simply old age. Medications commonly prescribed for unrelated conditions can compound the issue by interfering with nutrient absorption or by accelerating the depletion of specific vitamins. This hidden problem has ripple effects that extend beyond muscles and cramps. When one nutrient is out of balance, the body tries to compensate, pulling resources from other systems. For example, if magnesium is chronically low, it can lead not only to cramps but also to sleep disturbances, heart rhythms, and higher stress levels. A simple vitamin D deficiency can weaken bones, reduce balance, and contribute to an overall loss of confidence in movement, which then discourages physical activity and accelerates decline. The body is interconnected, and when one link in the chain breaks down, the entire system starts to feel the strain. What makes this particularly difficult to spot is that the signs start subtly. A little night cramp, stiffness when climbing stairs, a nagging fatigue that seems to last longer than before. Because these changes happen gradually, they are easily dismissed. The surface, the lack of proper nutrients, is setting the stage for larger problems. Falls, fractures, heart strain, and a progressive loss of independence. The problem is not just about physical discomfort, it is about the quiet erosion of strength, energy, and resilience that makes later life harder than it needs to be. Addressing this problem requires a shift in mindset. Instead of automatically blaming aging for every new ache or cramp, it is important to ask, what might my body be missing? The answer is often not a new prescription, but rather the careful restoration of nutrients that allow the body to function the way it was designed to contract and relax properly. Nerves need vitamins to send signals smoothly. Bones need support to remain strong and stable. Without these essentials, the healthiest habits struggle to deliver results. By understanding this hidden issue, seniors can move from resignation to empowerment. The discomforts they face are not always permanent, and many can be reduced or even reversed by identifying and filling in these nutritional gaps. This does not mean chasing every supplement on the shelf. It means learning which nutrients are most vital for senior health, which ones are often overused or harmful, and how to create a balance that supports energy, circulation, and strength. Once this hidden problem is exposed and addressed, the body often responds quickly of vitality that many had assumed was gone forever. The reason this issue carries such weight right now is because timing matters. The body at 60, 70, or beyond is not the same body you lived in at 30 or 40. Recovery is slower, reserves are thinner, and the margin for error is smaller. Caused only mild fatigue can now translate into falls, fractures, or chronic pain. What could once be ignored without much consequence now has the power to reshape daily life in very real ways. Why addressing nutrient imbalances in this stage of life is not optional. It is urgent. At this point, every choice matters more than before. Are naturally less dense, bones gradually lose mineral strength, and the circulatory system becomes more sensitive to stress. If cramps or weakness are showing up, just minor inconveniences. They are warning signals that the body is operating on fumes, trying to maintain balance while quietly struggling. The older we get, capacity the body has to mask these shortages. What was once hidden in youth now surfaces as discomfort, poor sleep, or constant fatigue. The truth is simple: the window for easy correction narrows. Another reason it matters now is independence. Strength, balance, and mobility are not luxuries, they are the foundation of freedom. A single fall can lead to months of recovery or even permanent loss of mobility. Something as preventable as a cramp at the wrong moment, walking downstairs, standing from a chair, or turning in the kitchen, can become the tipping point. Nutritional gaps helps protect against these outcomes. By supporting muscles, nerves, and circulation, you reduce the chance of sudden weakness or instability. Taking action now is not only about feeling better today, but about preserving your ability to live life on your own terms tomorrow. There is also the reality of medications. Seniors are more likely to be on prescriptions, and while many are necessary, they often come with side effects that drain nutrients further. Drugs for blood pressure, cholesterol, or acid reflux can deplete vitamins and minerals without patients ever being warned. This silent drain compounds the problem and accelerates decline unless it is addressed intentionally. That is why waiting is risky. Every year that passes without correcting these imbalances increases the toll on the body, and the ability to bounce back becomes smaller. Quality of life is another factor. Accept a life of stiffness, interrupted sleep, and low energy as normal aging, but it doesn't have to be that way. Energy, strength, confidence can return when the body finally receives what it has been missing. Imagine going for a walk without worrying about cramps. Imagine waking up rested and moving with ease. These are not dreams. They are achievable outcomes when the underlying deficiencies are corrected. But to reach them must be taken now, not years from now when the damage is harder to reverse. On top of that, longevity is no longer just about adding years. Adding good years. Science shows that the choices made in this decade determine not just how long you live, but how well you live. A nutrient gap left unchecked in your 60s can set the stage for accelerated decline in your 70s. But filling that gap now can give you an edge, slowing the loss of strength and protecting the systems that matter most. It is the difference between being alive and truly living. This is why urgency matters, is a message. Every ache is a signal. The body is not just complaining, it is warning. Ignoring these signs now can cost dearly in the future. Listening to them, acting with intention, can turn the tide. By addressing the problem today, you are investing in a stronger tomorrow, one where mobility, energy are preserved. The longer you wait, the harder the climb back. That is why it matters now more than ever to pay attention, to act, to reclaim control over your health while the body still has the power to respond. When it comes to strengthening the body, restoring energy, and stopping painful cramps, what you leave out can be just as important as what you put in. Fall into is thinking that any supplement or vitamin is good for them simply because it is labeled natural or healthy. But the truth is that certain vitamins, in the wrong form or dose, can actually make things worse, weakening your muscles, upsetting your balance, or interfering with the medications you rely on. The wrong options is the first step to creating a plan that truly helps rather than harms. One of the biggest mistakes is taking synthetic forms of vitamins. Supplements use artificial versions of nutrients that the body cannot recognize or absorb properly. These end up circulating without benefit, causing stress to the liver or kidneys. For example, synthetic vitamin E is not the same as natural vitamin E found in nuts, seeds, and whole foods. Responds differently, and in seniors, this difference matters. It's not just wasted money, it's added strain on an aging system that already has enough to manage. Another common problem is overdosing. The mindset that more is better leads many to megadose vitamins, believing it will speed up results. The body is not built to handle massive surpluses. Large amounts of certain fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, or K can accumulate in the tissues and cause toxic effects. Seniors are especially vulnerable because metabolism slows with age and excess nutrients linger longer in the system. Instead of building strength, overdosing can weaken the immune system, upset digestion, and even increase the very cramps and fatigue you're trying to solve. Calcium supplements are another area to be careful with. For years, people were told to load up on calcium to strengthen bones. Proper balance from magnesium and vitamin K2 that calcium can deposit in the arteries instead of the bones. Hardens blood vessels and raises cardiovascular risk, especially in older adults. Many people dealing with cramps are already deficient in magnesium. Adding calcium, making the imbalance worse. More calcium without support can lock muscles tighter, not loosen them. This is a classic example of how the wrong supplement, taken with good intentions, can backfire. Iron is another nutrient. While iron deficiency is real, seniors are not deficient, and excess iron can do real damage. Too much iron creates oxidative stress, which accelerates aging, stiffens arteries, and harms the heart. For older adults to take multivitamins containing iron, just in case. But this is often unnecessary and harmful. Deficiency is confirmed through testing. Iron supplements should generally be avoided. Also, be careful with multivitamins that bundle everything together in one pill. These often include fillers, poor quality nutrients, and unnecessary ingredients. Many contain the very vitamins you don't need in doses that don't match the body's actual requirements. Instead of supporting health, they create a false sense of security while delivering little benefit. Is to target specific nutrients that are missing in forms the body can actually use. Another overlooked problem is ignoring interactions with medications. Seniors are on prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, or digestion. Certain vitamins, when taken alongside these drugs, can either weaken their effect or amplify side effects. For example, large doses of vitamin K can interfere with blood thinners. Taken with certain diuretics can increase calcium levels too high. This is why simply adding supplements without checking interactions can be risky. Not about avoiding all vitamins, but about choosing wisely with awareness of the bigger picture. Even food-based choices can work against you if you are not careful. Energy drinks and fortified processed foods often advertise added vitamins and minerals, but they usually come in the cheapest, least absorbable forms. Along sugar, caffeine, or artificial additives that drain more energy than they give. For someone already struggling with cramps, balance, or fatigue, these products can make the problem worse. Just because a label lists vitamins does not mean the product is safe or effective. The key message is that avoiding the wrong path saves you from frustration and danger. Not every supplement is your friend. What matters is quality, balance, right form at the right dose. If you can remember that the body thrives on harmony, not extremes, you will naturally steer clear of the most damaging mistakes. It is not to flood the system, but to restore it gently with nutrients that work in synergy rather than competition. Allows your body to respond the way it is designed to, giving you relief, energy, and strength that truly lasts. The better choice begins with recognizing that your body is not looking for excess. It is looking for balance, supports every system without overloading any part of it. As you age, the body's needs change. Digestion slows, absorption shifts, and repair takes longer. Taking what worked at 30 may not serve you at 60 or 70. The better choice is not about grabbing the strongest pill or the biggest dose, giving your body exactly what it can use in the most natural and effective way possible. When it comes to vitamins, smartest choices is to prioritize natural whole food forms. Nutrients from food sources are packaged with enzymes, cofactors that help your body actually use them. For example, magnesium from leafy greens, nuts, and seeds comes alongside fiber, antioxidants that assist its function. Compare that to a low-quality tablet that passes through without much absorption. Choosing food, first nutrition, supplementing only where truly needed, is the foundation of a plan that restores strength and relieves cramps. Magnesium is a standout example. Relaxes muscles, improves circulation, and reduces painful spasms in the legs. Many seniors are deficient because modern diets are low in magnesium-rich foods. The better choice here is to bring magnesium back through diet, and if necessary, with supplements in bioavailable forms like magnesium glycinate or citrate. These forms are gentle on the stomach and highly absorbed, unlike cheaper options such as magnesium oxide that offer little benefit. By choosing wisely, you directly support muscles, nerves, and energy production without unwanted side effects. Another better choice is vitamin D paired with vitamin K2. Together, the body direct calcium into the bones where it belongs instead of leaving it to harden arteries or tighten muscles. Adults live with low vitamin D levels due to limited sun exposure, and without vitamin K2, calcium can become a problem rather than a solution. Taking these two in balance creates stronger bones, better muscle function, and healthier circulation. The synergy matters more than the dose. Are another group to consider, particularly in their active forms. As the body ages, its ability to convert certain vitamins into their usable state declines. Folate, for instance, is better absorbed as methylfolate than synthetic folic acid. Vitamin B12 is most effective as methylcobalamin rather than cyanocobalamin. These subtle differences mean the body can use the vitamin immediately, supporting energy, nerve health, and mental clarity without extra metabolic stress. Better choice is not more pills, it is smarter forms that the body can work with easily. Omega-3 fatty acids, though not technically vitamins, a wise choice for seniors. They reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and support both heart and muscle health. Choosing high-quality fish oil-based alternatives like algae oil makes a measurable difference in reducing stiffness, improving mobility, and maintaining energy. This choice directly counters the inflammation that often underlies leg cramps, joint pain, and fatigue. It is not about chasing quick fixes. Term support for the systems that keep you moving and strong. The better choice also involves being selective with what you leave out. Unnecessary iron and calcium supplements, unless prescribed as an active protection. Instead, focusing on nutrients that restore balance, like magnesium, K2, B vitamins, and omega-3s, creates a foundation that truly works with your body rather than against it, clearing out the clutter so your body can focus on what it really needs. Practical choices matter too. Picking supplements with minimal fillers, artificial colors, or binders reduces the burden on your system. Choosing smaller, frequent doses instead of massive single servings allows the body to absorb nutrients gradually, preventing spikes and waste. Adjusting based on how you feel helps you fine-tune your approach. The better choice is not rigid, it is flexible, responsive, feedback. Ultimately, the better choice is about quality, synergy, and balance. It's about using what nature designed and science confirmed that respect the way the body works today, not decades ago. It's about focusing on fewer, higher quality nutrients that actually make a difference, rather than scattering your energy and money across a shelf of unnecessary bottles. When you choose wisely, every vitamin you take becomes a step towards strength, comfort. That is the better path, not just swallowing pills, but truly nourishing your body in a way that makes each day lighter, stronger, and pain-free. The easiest way to apply all of this is to weave it into a routine so natural that you don't even think about it. Come from big dramatic steps. Once in a while, it comes from small, steady choices that accumulate like drops of water filling a glass. For seniors, routines are simple, repeatable, and easy to remember. That is how they stick, and that is how they deliver results. Start with the morning. This is the perfect time to set your body's rhythm for the day. Instead of reaching for a handful of pills, focus on 1 or 2 quality supplements taken with a balanced breakfast. A meal that includes protein, healthy fats, and fiber like eggs with spinach or oatmeal with nuts gives the vitamins you take a strong foundation to work on. If magnesium is part of your plan, alongside breakfast to support energy production and muscle function throughout the day. If you're using vitamin D and K2, a food containing healthy fat like avocado or olive oil, since these nutrients absorb better with fat, plays a key role in making vitamins work effectively. Many seniors confuse dehydration with fatigue, weakness, or even cramps. A simple routine of drinking a glass of water with lemon or a light herbal tea before your morning meal supports absorption and keeps your system primed. Hydration a habit, you give your muscles and nerves the environment they need to use the vitamins you're taking. Consistency matters more than quantity. Instead of cycling through random supplements based on trends, focus on taking the right nutrients at the same time every day. Set a reminder on your phone, pill organizer in plain sight, or pair the action with an existing habit like brushing your teeth or making coffee. Or remember, the easier it becomes automatic. Seniors who do this find that their energy levels even out, muscle cramps fade, sleep improves, not overnight but steadily over weeks. Evening routines are just as important. Magnesium, for example, be taken at night to relax muscles and prepare the body for sleep. Omega-3s may also be better tolerated in the evening, especially if taken with dinner. Splitting your supplements between morning and evening, you prevent overload on digestion and keep nutrients available across the day. Think of it as spreading your strength evenly instead of putting it all in one place. Food-based choices are another part of daily application. Seeing supplements as separate from meals, think of them as partners. Leafy greens, fatty fish, nuts, seeds, eggs, colorful vegetables bring in natural forms of the same nutrients you may be supplementing. A senior who adds a handful of almonds for magnesium, salmon for omega-3s, a spinach salad for folate builds layers of protection into the day. The better the food foundation, the fewer supplements you'll need to rely on. Enhances daily application. A short walk after meals improves circulation, helping nutrients travel to where they are needed most. Light stretching in the evening keeps muscles supple and responsive. By pairing nutrition with movement, you lock in the benefits more effectively. Don't work in isolation. They work inside a living body that is moving, breathing, and adapting. Daily application also means listening to feedback. If a supplement makes you feel bloated, restless, or uncomfortable, it may not be the right form or timing, or shifting when you take it can make a big difference. Seniors who keep a small journal of their daily habits often notice patterns they might otherwise miss, like cramps easing after 3 weeks of magnesium. After adding vitamin D, this mindful awareness turns a routine into a personalized plan. The final piece is patience. Application does not create miracles in 24 hours, but it does build powerful changes in 60 or 90 days. Muscles regain tone, sleep deepens, smooth out, and confidence in the body grows. By applying vitamins, hydration, food, and movement in a steady rhythm, you create a lifestyle that supports itself, feeling like taking supplements and starts feeling like living well. Daily application made easy is really about keeping it simple. Choose a few high-quality nutrients, take them at consistent times, pair them with real food and hydration, move your body and pay attention to results. That's it. Approach transforms leg cramps into strength, fatigue into steady energy, and worry into confidence. It doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be consistent, kind to your body, and sustainable for the long run.